Hello, everyone. Welcome to ELI, the place where you get your daily dose of inspiration for entrepreneurship. And today we have with us Mr. Roopak Naresh Gupta, who is the founder of mTap, which is a NFC technology solution to enhance networking and information sharing. Hi, Roopak. Welcome to ELI.
Hi, Priya. It was so nice to meet you and to be at your podcast.
Rupak, I would request you to introduce yourself to our audience a little bit about your background prior to starting mTap, and if you can also brief about what is mTap.
Absolutely, Priya. So I'm based out of New Jersey and did my engineering from Shivaji University in India in 2000. Migrated to US in 2002. And since then, I've been working with various organizations. I had worked primarily with P&O Nucleoid in India prior to coming to US. I was with TCS, worked with Bharti Telecom. And then in US, I've been working with Johnson Johnson into various roles of as a started with as a data warehouse developer, then moved over to ERP,
Mhm.
managed inventory systems. Then after data warehousing, I did the health insurance plans over here. So one is government plan, Medicaid, and you manage them through contracting. So did commercial contracting, also government contracting, and then did my MBA from Columbia, and that's when I started thinking of having our own setup and business too. And then finally in 2022, I gave up my job in the middle of the career, and that was the toughest decision to actually get onto the bandwagon of entrepreneurship.
Mhm.
And it started mTap in February 2022.
Wow. Anything that triggered you to start mTap?
See, the trigger always has to follow. If you have a product that you feel, not feel. This is the mistake most of the entrepreneurs do. When they
Mhm.
feel something and they take a step. What triggered me was the acceptance from the market and validation from the market that there is a need for the product.
Mhm.
And how did that validation happen? That validation happened that one of our TikTok videos went viral. We had 1 million views on the video, and we
Mhm.
have 2,000 people sign up on our website in 24 hours.
Okay. Just one interruption here. Tell me about what is this TikTok video, how this came to picture.
So, see, before we talk about the TikTok video, right? I was talking about the TikTok video in the context of how do we validate it, whether our idea is whether people are gonna shell out money to get us the for our product, right? That is the key. People can say this is a great idea. Oh yeah, I'm gonna buy, but they will not even give you a penny for it.
Okay.
Whereas you have a product and people are ready to purchase that product, even when it is not a complete product, that is when you really know that there is a market and market is ready to pay money for your product.
Mhm.
It's something we should always look and focus at.
Got it.
Now, what we did in mTap is about networking. And the
Mhm.
pain point was for me, especially after COVID, we were meeting people online, like I'm having a conversation with you.
Mhm.
We meet people over the phone, and then we meet people in person, right? So that's the three modes of meeting. We all have a digital footprint. So what defines us today is not just our name and an email and our title. What defines us today is also our social media. It is
Mhm.
also a bio. It is also our videos. It is also the work that we have done. And if I meet anyone today in a business context, before they come back to me or to anyone, they're also going to check us out on internet, and
Mhm.
they're going to find whatever they're going to find, and they're going to make their opinion.
Right.
So with that problem statement, how can I make it easy for me to share my digital footprint, not just my information that's on a business card, my
Mhm.
complete digital footprint in a very easy way?
Mhm.
And then also, how can I capture your information? That was problem statement number one.
Okay.
Problem statement number two was, how do you remember the context of the conversation?
Mm-hmm.
There are folks who have a very sharp memory. They will remember every conversation, even
Okay.
after 2 years. But then there is me, who will forget the conversation after a week.
Mm-hmm.
And when I have to get back to people, I might not remember the conversation and I have lost the lead and I have lost the momentum that I had built in our first conversation, whether it was for 5 minutes, 2 minutes, half an hour. And that's the problem mTap was solving.
Okay.
So you can create an awesome profile with your
Mm-hmm.
complete digital footprint, and then you can share your profile through NFC device. Or if you are meeting them, you can use our app to capture other person's information and then share yours. So I know this is going to be an audio podcast, but I will still share my link with you. And if
Mm-hmm.
you click on the link that I shared with you, you can not only see my contact details, but you can give your information back to me and share and look at my digital footprint. That is my Calendly, that is my video, my bio, and any other presentation that I want to share with you.
Got it.
Got
Um.
it? So now, when this idea was there, we planned it out. During that time, TikTok was promoting real life videos. So we took part in an exhibition in a conference. We became an exhibitor and we exhibited. In fact, the day of the exhibition started at 9 a.m. We launched our website at 10 a.m. And we got the card shipped out. We made the cards and we demoed our product. We sold some of the cards in that exhibition and we pictured ourselves, took videos, and those are the videos that we uploaded on TikTok.
Mm-hmm.
And one of them got picked up and it got million views and we got 2000 um, sign ups in 24 hours.
Wow. So now I would like to go deep into the product. So tell me, was there any other solution in the market which is also solving the same problem? If you ask me, being somewhat technologically aware, I would have created a QR code of my LinkedIn profile, and there all the info is already there, and maybe I can
Absolutely.
distribute it as printed cards. What is wrong with that?
There's nothing wrong. In fact, a lot of people do that. Again, LinkedIn is your LinkedIn profile when you share with people, right? Is that profile of LinkedIn has your contact information? Can someone reach out to you immediately when they want using LinkedIn?
Uh, there are features like that. Contact, you can share your phone number publicly, but yeah, it might need lead to spam calls and all.
Exact. Point one. Point two. When you are sending out a LinkedIn invite, and you have different profiles, you have a B2B profile, you have a B2C profile, you have a private profile. Can you do that in LinkedIn?
Yeah, that's
Or
someone
everyone
not.
will see the same thing?
Yeah.
In LinkedIn, how will you store the context of the conversation? Priya, you and me are having a conversation.
Mhm.
How will you store in LinkedIn what was the conversation about?
Right. Speaking of
Right?
context, can you tell in the card and in the app that you have developed, what kind of context is recorded? Is it the location where we met, or is it the
That is,
converse?
yeah, that is recorded. If you have enabled location sharing with the app, we always record where you are creating the content. Uh, so that's point one. We record the place. So anything with the geography, we record that. That is automatically recorded. Then we give you an ability to tag, so you can create your own segmentation of the kind of the people you're going to be meeting, our friends, leads, B2B, partners, however you want to segment them. You can segment them in our app.
Mm-hmm.
Then second, you can take shared notes. Shared notes are actually shared with our folks right away.
Mm-hmm.
Um, then you have private notes. That's only for you. And then optionally, you can integrate all of this with your CRM system. So
Mm-hmm.
it's all seamless workflow that is happening. And then on top of it, the follow up can be on an email or it can be on a WhatsApp.
Mm-hmm.
So, for example, right now, if I am to share my information with you, it can be as very, very easy that I just gonna take your first name
Mm-hmm.
and I'm gonna just take your mobile number.
Okay.
Can I?
Yeah.
Can
I'll
you just type me your mobile number?
I'll do that.
So what's gonna happen is in our app, I'm gonna add your name and I'm gonna add your mobile number. And
Mm-hmm.
as soon as I do that and I save this information, you are gonna receive WhatsApp because my workflow is being set up in WhatsApp. You just now got a WhatsApp message from me. Check it out. So that message is coming right away. It has the
Mm.
information that you got.
Yes.
And if you click on my link, you have my same information. It was so seamless.
Wow. I think this is really interesting. Right after the call or maybe physical meeting, you just collect their number and it starts a thread. At least WhatsApp is very useful for me. It starts a automated thread between us.
And if you read that mail, if you read the whatever message was created, it tells you where I entered it, and it tells you about me, and it analyzes. So you will remember the conversation that
Mm,
was happening even after some time.
got it. What other features? I heard that there is a feature through which you can uh, tap the card in someone's mobile phone and the contacts are
So
shared and something
right.
around that.
So so there are multiple things, right? So think about it. First is the feature about creating your digital footprint. So you can go in and create your complete digital footprint in the
Mhm.
system. And you can, using our app, you can change it in real time. That's part one. Part two is networking. So either you want to share your information with other person or
Mhm.
you want to capture their information first and then share yours. It is your own workflow.
Mhm.
So what you can do is if you want to just share your information, then you can just create your free profile, purchase the NFC card, and the NFC cards will link your profile with that card. And then each of our cards is equipped with a QR code
Mhm.
or just a card in different colors. You can customize these cards and you can tap these cards on the phone. Now, how does it work? Each of these cards are embedded with an NFC chip inside it.
Mhm.
That NFC chip has your profile. Usually, these NFC chips, they do not have any battery with it or they do not have any energy. They get activated when they come near a NFC reader.
Mhm.
And they are secure because unlike an RFID, they cannot be read from far.
Okay.
They have to be anywhere between an inch to 3 inches at max. If they are beyond 3 inches, you cannot even read it. So on an iPhone or an Android, you touch the card near the NFC reader. So
Mhm.
iPhone has a patent and they have the NFC readers right on the top.
Okay.
So if I touch the card, my profile will open up.
Mhm.
In Google Android, the NFC reader is in the back.
Okay.
So here you touch the card, it will read it. It's the same technology on which you Apple Pay and Google Pay works at any of your checkouts. So
Okay.
that is one part of it. You can have an NFC. Now, we just do not have these things. We have also table stands. They work the same way.
Mhm.
So not only the cards, we have the table stands, we have the key fob, we have stickers. So there are multiple different
How
things.
does the table stand work if you can tell a bit? I mean,
See,
is it having any
all of the
NFC?
devices,
Mm-hmm.
all of the devices, they work the same way. Each device has a NFC chip inside it, and you are gonna map that chip to your profile by our process. So once you purchase the product, you will also create your own profile. You will touch the product with your own phone, and log in to your profile, and it will be mapped or connected to your profile. It's activated. Now, table stands are used by retailers or by companies when they are going to exhibition. They
Mm-hmm.
can keep it at a table, they can keep it at reception, people can tap it and get their information. In fact, you can also map your Google review card.
Mm-hmm.
So you can map your Google review link to get links. So it can be used in multiple ways. Posters that we have, these hard stickers, a lot of restaurants, hospitality industry, they use it to place it at a place where they can be cleaned repeatedly and
Mm-hmm.
customers can tap and get the menu, get pay tips, whatever they want to do it.
Mm-hmm.
Business cards are used by people in lieu of paper cards or to exchange their contact.
Mm-hmm.
So you have a technology that can be used by using different products in any way. Like, for example, our key fobs, they are used even as dog collars, and they are also used by people to put in their luggages onto their golf carts or in their keyring of their cars, just to in various ways. From a dog collar, they are used to identify the dog, the owner, and to reach out. For a luggage, the owner's information. And if you have a keyring with you as a business owner, you can share your information and you have a ability to share your info to anyone.
Got it. Uh, Curious about one thing. When you tap the NFC to a device like a iPhone, for example, does the iPhone need to have your mobile app pre-installed?
No, no,
Okay.
no. And that's the beauty. The reason you are seeing these NFC, and my vision is NFC cards or devices will become a commodity.
Mm-hmm.
Not only mTap, you will see hundreds and hundreds of companies coming up and selling the NFC devices.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the reason our vision is not to concentrate on NFC devices. Our vision is to give you a great software and a tool behind it. You can purchase any NFC device on your own, customize it, and map it to mTap profile.
Mm-hmm.
And we allow you to do that.
Okay. Got it. Uh, can you explain what are the different use cases? Like you gave example of dog collar and luggages and the restaurant example. Similarly, what other use cases, detailed use cases do we have? I think on a plain vanilla level, I think sharing contact info is the fundamental thing that we are doing here, but it can be used in various sort of ways. One example you gave was the event example, where on events you can place the tabletops and the people can tap their phones. What else can be done through your
So,
technology?
great point. It has a lot of use cases. In order for you to think about different use cases, do not think it as a business card context. Think from a context perspective. This is the interface between a physical world and the digital world. So if I need to access a digital world of something, I tap on it or I scan the QR code and I get in there.
Hmm.
Okay. Having said that, you start thinking about hospitality industry, hotels. In your rooms, hotel rooms, you can have them. Rather than having 20 different brochures and spending money to print it, you can just keep one thing.
Hmm.
Restaurants, menus, right in there. Tourism, you can have it from that perspective too. All the tourist attractions can be managed and controlled from one central location, whatever people want to see
Hmm.
at the various monuments, because everyone is looking for information. Right now, that information that is posted is either a paper or something, unless until it is engraved. Every other information is you go to the center, pick up the brochure, or you go to the website and take a look at it. But I want to take a look at, okay, I need to know only of this monument and this door. What was the history of this door if I'm visiting a old historical monument? And India has got so many of them. We have very rich history. So you can use it in tourism. then you can use it at various events. You can use it to give different experience to people at various events. So you can personalize that experience. So if I have an app about something and I touch it, then app has my information. And if I touch the NFC device, it has the information of that location and of that, and it can marry the two and give me a very personalized experience. So the use cases are enormous. We just have to get out of the thought process that it is just a digital business card. We got to start thinking it's an interface between the real world and the digital world.
Got it. Uh, uh, like you mentioned, eventually the NFC technology will get commoditized, and you can create your own NFC, and you can link it to mTap also. Having said that, you also mentioned that you will eventually double down on the software aspect, and that is something you
That's we
specialize on.
we are already doubled down. So that is our concentration right from the get-go. The
Got
concentration is not on creating a great NFC product. The concentration on is on creating a great software that works with NFC products.
got it. So I wanted to ask, what is the future plan? Like, you have already built a platform which does everything we just spoke about. What else you want to build in future? What are we going to see in next 1 year or so?
So for any startup, they need to focus on one particular use case, master it, get a proper process set up to get to the revenue, make sure your customers are engaged. So we are focused right now between today and the next 18 months. Basically, our key focus is to capture the market of digital business cards in the B2B domain. And that's where we are focused. So if you are a business person, you are into sales, your ecosystem around you should be using mTap.
Okay.
And that's our key focus. So you come, you meet with people, you can use mTap easily. You go to events, you should be able to use mTap.
Mm.
You are uh, exchanging some of your contact information over the phone with someone, you should be easily able to use mTap. And that's our focus. How we are reaching there? We are trying to embed mTap use cases in your local environment. How can we do that? We have our own module, which is for micro event organizers, where they can create an event landing page and they can print badges. And
Mhm.
each badge is enabled by mTap. And all the attendees can download the app and start networking with each other right over there. Now
Interesting.
imagine if this is happening every month, then every time a person doesn't have to download the app, now they are started using the app every time they are meeting with the same group.
Got it.
So our future plan of the product is to make the product super engaging,
Mhm.
make the product educational. In today's world, a lot of young entrepreneurs, a lot of young business people, people who are into sales, they are not aware of the best practices to network.
Mm.
And through this product, we want to provide them a structure that how do you network, and that structure will be provided by mTap. So it is not just something I can create a profile, I can go. But once you create your profile and you're using our system, you will be reminded to create your tags. You'll be reminded to take notes. And we will tell you, hey, you stored 5 contacts in our system, but you did not added any notes to anyone. Go ahead and add the notes to your conversation.
Mm.
So those kind of things will start happening in our platform, that it will streamline your networking process and make you a pro at networking. So that's the point of the tool having in your hand. It is not just a tool of, hey, do this now, but it is also a part of educating you of what are the best practices you should follow of the industry you are in to become better at networking and become great at doing the follow-ups.
Got it. Uh, would like to also discuss few things around your user growth story. Like when you started out, a TikTok video got viral, and a lot of signups came. But these are the early adopters. They are always finding some cool products out there, and they signed up. But after that, what happened? Like, how is the growth happening over time? And the way I see it, it's a cool product with a virality factor to it. Every time you see somebody tapping their cards on your phone, you would be also interested to get a similar thing of your own. So how is it happening? And if you would like to share some metrics, like how many users you have right now and what's the growth rate, whichever is shareable.
Absolutely. So I'm going to come back to a basic of entrepreneurship: customer validation and customer discovery. Whenever TikTok video went viral, we knew that, okay, there's a demand for it today. And we started reaching out to these people, trying to understand their requirements. That's what we did. It enabled us to reach out to them and check out how they're using our product, what features they're looking for, because we were very raw. We just launched it after 3 months of build. That enabled us to understand what the customer is looking for. And that's when we realized the customer is not looking just to exchange the information. They are also looking to manage their contacts. They are also looking to integrate with their CRM. They are also looking to have multiple profiles on the system. So we quickly came up with the N. Then after about 6 months, most of the people were losing their card.
Mm-hmm.
And they're like, okay, issue us a new card. Otherwise, we are not able to use the system. And so we took those initial customers and we turned them around into our research lab. And we started looking at and researching all the different aspects of the software that we have to build. So we build our whole product roadmap by remaining very, very close to our customers, listening to them. And that's what we have been doing for the last 2 years. Then, second, as most of our competitors did, they invested very heavily in social media to get the name out. Whereas mTap, we started working on a go to market motion where we wanted first people to get introduced to mTap, use our system, understand the value, because we are also a change agent. So we are trying to change of how you network. And when
Mm-hmm.
you're trying to change of how you network, it is it is a problem that you know is a problem, but you are not looking for a solution. How can I reach to you then? The only way I can reach to you is if you actually use our system in some context at some place. And that's when we started creating a whole new feature, which we have been working for almost the last 1 year, where we said, okay, we are going to create a system that will allow the micro event managers to use it in their own environment and introduce our product to all the attendees that are coming in there.
Mm-hmm.
So, in terms of our user growth journey, we have been slow, but we have been very close to all the folks we are in. So, we right now grew in last 16 months from almost 2,000 people to 15,600 as of this morning.
Okay. They are all paid users.
No, most of them are free. Couple of them are enterprise users, couple small business users with their own teams, and then the rest of them are free pro individuals.
Got it. Uh, the final question I want to ask, and then we will wrap up the discussion. So there are many budding entrepreneurs who are searching for good problems to solve and to create some cool products that like you did. So uh, tell us about that process. How do people find cool problems to solve and build cool products out of it?
How do you find is read and listen a lot. So find your niche, what inspires you, find what is something you're good at. Then in that niche, start reading, start look. So what I do is I read a lot of pitches. I listen to a lot of pitches. I
Mm,
look at the top 50 VC companies out there and see where they're investing.
mhm,
Because if you just if you look at the top VC company firms where they are investing, you will know what is coming next, right? So that gives you an idea. Okay, this is how people are solving a problem. But the most important component of any entrepreneurship is understanding a pain point that currently people are experiencing.
mm,
And you can only do that by being in your own industry and knowing the pain point. Or even if you are not in the industry, you need to be close to the problem. If you are not close to the problem, you will not be able to find a solution.
mm,
So my key, if I have to give an advice to all the younger budding entrepreneurs, is number one is understand the problem and then understand the solution of it and validate the solution. That's part one. Part two is look at how much demand of the solution is there. So what is my total TAM? And
mm,
are people ready to pay money for the way you have solved the problem? So there
mm,
might be a problem and there is a solution that is your solution. But are people ready to pay money for your solution that you're presenting, or they want it in a different way? So this is known as customer validation. Customer validation is not about, hey, my friend, oh, wow, it is such a nice thing. You're working on a cool thing. You're onto on something. For me, it is unless until someone tells me they're ready to pay $1 for my product right off the bat, I that's not a validation for me, because at the end of the day, you are trying to run an organization for profit. So people
mm,
should be ready to buy your product.
right.
Second, always give importance to the customer journey, and that customer journey is very, very important. We made
Mm,
that mistake. We made that mistake because we did not give enough uh, credence and we did not emphasize enough on the customer journey. We kept on building the features of our product.
mm,
So we have a great product, but our customer journey is not that smooth as everyone wants. So we are
o-
working on that. So entrepreneurs should first concentrate on the customer journey.
okay.
They should take their customer journey and experiment on that. And third, they should start building up their sales process before they start building up the product.
Mm. Why is that?
Because if you are bootstrapping, or even if you're looking for money and you don't have a good customer base, then either you will not get funding. And if you're bootstrapping, you'll run out of the money. So
Got it.
you need to create a great sales process, because your sales process should be embedded in your product build. That's how you scale. If I give you a product and for every product I need to go in and take a sales call to sell a product, then imagine what's your growth rate. You are now boxed in to how many salespeople you have.
Right. Just one follow-up question before we end. Um, is it so summary of the discussion we just had on the last question was to get validations of your idea, see what kind of products are getting funded by the VCs, what ideas are getting worked on, and what are some of the trending technologies which are now feasible and you can build products out of it. NFC is one example of that. So I am asking, is it advisable to copy products from a different market, or maybe get inspirations from
That's
that?
how that's how most of the startups are built, right? So you look at Uber in India and Uber in US, Ola in India. So
Mm,
you copy products across geographies, work on the culture. You copy products across various verticals.
mhm,
You take something from medical industry, bring it into hospital. You bring something from a supply chain of a pharma company and bring it into agriculture. So those cross uh, processes happen all the time, and that is how most of the startups are born. And that is where the knowledge, the domain knowledge becomes important.
Mm. So
You will
copying
see,
is
you will
a
hear stories. Hey, I was working in this company in US, and then I came to India and I realized, can I implement the same thing? So value mapping is important. So there's a concept of value mapping. How do you map a value of one thing into another thing? And this is where entrepreneurship comes in being innovative in that value mapping exercise.
got it. So copying is a big part of any entrepreneur's journey. I mean,
See, I'll
uh,
not use the word copy. I'll not use the word copy. Copy is not the right word. The
mhm,
word to be used over here is the idea pollination.
mhm. Okay,
You take the idea and you pollinate it into different phases. That's the word I would like to use. It is not about copy. You cannot take copy is not good. Copy means that I build this and I'm going to exactly build the same. So that is never a good idea. Neither it will thrive. But
mm,
if I take this idea and use my own things and pollinate it into some other place, that's going to work. And that's what you see all the time.
absolutely. Well, on this note, we will close the session. Thanks for joining us, Rupak. It was a pleasure to have you on our platform, and the product that you have built is really nice, very cool, and has a lot of growth potential. The way I see it. Thanks again for joining, and good luck to you.
Thank you, Ali. Thank you, Priya Rajan, for bringing us on Entrepreneur Launch of India. It was a pleasure talking to you.